the waves of the Chinese troops, and they were all very prepared. They had upwards of 4 divisions, right, on the Tibetan plateau. We barely had 1 division, right? That is how thinly guarded it was. But the run-up to this thing was that they had, the government of India launched something called the forward policy, which is to assert our sovereignty on the line that we believed. We launched these little penny packets of men, small companies, platoons, and all along the border with China, all along the boundary with China. And when China struck, this is on the 18th of November, is the second phase of the Chinese offensive. You had Rezang, which is this very important hill feature overlooking the Spanggur Gap, and you have the Chushul Airfield there, right? It's really important for the Indian Army to hold that, because if they let go of that vantage point, the Chinese would walk in and grab the Chushul Airfield, and the whole defense of that entire Chushul area would collapse, and they could literally march into Leh and capture that whole region. So it was really important that they held their ground there. And this is when you have the men of Major Shaitan Singh's company, the Kumaonis, who hold their ground over there. And literally in a span of, the battle lasted about 10 hours or something like that. But it is outstanding in the grit and determination that our soldiers displayed, that they literally, as you mentioned, they died fighting to the last man, last round, out of a company. A company is about 120, 130 men. An infantry battalion is made up of 3 companies, sometimes more. They were part of a battalion. That one company of 120 men, each company is commanded by a major. Literally 116 of them died. They were, our story is that the Chinese attacked in very large numbers. And that is true of mountain warfare, where the ratio of defenders to the offensive is sometimes 1:10, 1:20 even. The Chinese attacked in very large numbers. It was a brigade plus that attacked this small little defensive line of about 3 to 4 kilometers. The company was strung out along these 3 to 4 kilometers. And over 10 to 12 hours, they struck late in the night. And by early morning, they had overrun this company. Now, the thing is that they did not retreat. Now, there are other parts in the northeast, for instance, battles where there have been retreats of the Indian Army for tactical reasons. And, brigades had collapsed, they had been captured and all that. But here in Ladakh, the defense was ferocious. I mean, it was so tenacious, the kind of defense. Like literally this kind of thing we've never seen in any Indian conflict post-1947. We've seen that in Saragari, but the battle in the 19th century. But here again, they held their positions, last man, last round. They literally died fighting, and they were faced with tremendous odds.